At least we got Sarah's part taken care of. Oh, goodness. It should be out anytime now. Okay. So
We are
sorry
back.
about that.
Scared the living
The
daylights
fun
out
of
of me.
technology.
Technology. Oh, goodness. Well, thank you to Sarah for sharing that and for doing it so succinctly before my computer shut down. So now we'd like to talk with Marlene Polster and Donna Adams about the IGS volunteer program of Indiana County Genealogists. Take it away, ladies.
Okay, I guess I'll kind of start. The program was started in August of 2006. The idea of putting county genealogists in every county so that we could help researchers find the record that they may need or want. We're there to answer any questions for you. We're not there to do research for you, but we want to give you the fun of going out there and looking for that record. So, and we know many of the counties have disposed of records. So our county genealogist usually knows where, if they're available, if they're not available. At the moment, we have 43 county genealogists. I would suggest that somebody is interested, they could check the website under the county genealogist page, or county. Every county has a page where you can go check. And if not, look at the criteria and look to see what you think about signing up to become a county genealogist. It's fairly easy. We just put you fill out your form, we send your application to a committee form and they approve you, and then it goes to the board and you're approved. And then you're ready to hear from other researchers of what they may need or want. There's a few things, other things you do, like keeping in contact with the district director to tell them what's going on in your county. We kind of help advertise what goes on in the county. So your local meetings get some free advertisement that way. So that's really about it, what we kind of do. We also send articles to the newsletter or the publication committees so they can go ahead and have something in the publications for each county. So that's really what it, I don't know if Donna's got something to add that I have forgotten, but that's pretty simple.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I might add is the district directors are supposed to contact their county genealogist in their area, in their district, before the board meeting to ask for anything that's going on in their county, anything, any meetings that's coming up, and what their calendar might look like, if they're doing any genealogy meetings or presentations or anything like that. And then the district director would, report that to the board. So then that way we know what's going on in that county. The county genealogists are the ones who pretty much know what's going on. So that would be the only way that we could find out. So if anybody is in a county that doesn't have one, we would love to have that contact person. That way we will have a person to, if we get a query from someone, and that way we know where to direct it.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys to kind of put you guys on the spot. So what is the hardest part of being a county genealogist, and what is the most fun part of being a county genealogist?
The fun
Easy
part is
business.
helping, fun part is helping other people, finding the record they may need.
Yeah,
And
it's rewarding because you're helping someone that actually probably can't come
Get
to
here.
Indiana to do any research or to your county or whatever. So, it's rewarding to be able to assist them in their genealogy quests.
And you might also find something about the lines you're working on. If you're working on a project in your county, you just might land up finding some family that you didn't know you had.
Surprise,
know.
surprise.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to see the people's faces. If you're at a library and somebody needs something and you hear that they're looking for something, you can step up and say, hey, I can help you. And many of our county genealogists are librarians or the county historian. So like Donna's Sullivan County librarian, and so she's right there anyway, working with the records all the time. So there's a lot of rewards in that. The hardest, I don't know. I never thought about anything being hard. Maybe gathering an article or something to send off to a publications committee. Unless we find some type of neat little article in the newspapers if we're reading them. Many of us don't write articles, so if we can find little lists in that they can put in a publication that shows that your ancestor was in that county, that's kind of the neatest, I think the hardest. Otherwise, I don't find anything hard about it at all. And many of us have been doing it ever since 2006. We have a lot of our county genealogists that have been around that long. So
It's a great
So
way.
are these a
Mhm.
great opportunity to get some of the younger genealogists involved, like maybe college level and up?
Certainly.
as long as they know where their records are in their county, I mean, that's what's more important because people are going to contact you. So as long as you have some knowledge of where records or where to send people when they ask the question. Like a lot of times I'll see something, somebody's looking for something, they need to go to the library to do it, like a newspaper article or, because it's on microfilm at the local library. Or we had a question about naturalizations. Where are those? Most of those are at the state archives. If not, where are they in the county? We might have to answer that question for someone. That's a big question we get a lot of times from people. Hey, I'm looking for a naturalization for my ancestor. Where are they kept? And inside of a county. I'm in Lake County, so we have 5 courthouses. So that's a little more different. I have a federal courthouse in my county, but a small county like Sullivan or any of the other, Spencer, Perry, any of the smaller counties, if they're not at the state archives, they're at the courthouse most of the time. If not there, they were moved to a library or a historical society. And your county genealogist should know where those records are. So that would help. If they're just new into genealogy, it's kind of more difficult to be a county genealogist because you really haven't the experience of where things are yet in your county. But it is a fun way to learn. I learned a lot. And you know what? I don't have family inside of Lake County. I don't have personal people. Some of my research is in Spencer and Perry County. The rest of my research is in Michigan or Illinois. So,
But yeah.
I learned as I learned from helping people
Mhm.
where things were. I was already doing projects with my local genealogy society. And that's how I learned where the records were in my county. So I could do this fun little job that I do.
It's a really neat way to take things that are happening at the town or county level and promote it on the state at the state
Yes.
level.
Yes.
I'm going to share my screen very quickly to show folks where to go on the website. Make sure this comes up on Facebook Live. Do you see it, John Marie?
Yes.
Yep, I see it.
Yes, it's there.
Or do you see it on Facebook?
Yep, it's on
Yes.
Facebook. Yep,
Okay.
you're good.
That's strange. It's not showing up on mine.
Oh.
Under research at the top, there it goes. Under counties, you can find a list of all the counties. And let's see, I do know Dearborn does not have an ICG.
Correct.
Right.
So over on the left, Dearborn County Genealogist. Whoops. We need one.
That's right.
And there you can find more information if you're interested. Dearborn and Brown County, by the way. So just to put that out there. But that's how you find out more information about the County Genealogist program. Great program. Let me see. Let me stop that. Great. Thank you, ladies.
We would
you.
absolutely love to have one in every county.
That would be fantastic.
It
And
would.
John Marie, she could speak to our Facebook Lives next year. We would like to invite our county genealogists to come on and talk about their counties.
That would be great.
Yeah. So we really want to build awareness of how you guys can use these county genealogists and to help maybe break through brick walls or learn more about the
definitely.
community. And I think by bringing awareness to what they actually do, it not only, shows the volunteer opportunities that IGS offers, but also shows you where you can go when you need a little bit of help. Because I get those questions sometimes on Facebook where they mention a county and they need help. And I'm like, I know right where to direct them, but unfortunately, we just don't have someone in every county. So that's kind
That's
of the
true.
goal for 2026. We really, really want to push to see if we can get every single one of those filled.
If there isn't any in the county that they ask about, then maybe, just start pointing them to the district director of that area. And
Okay.
then the district director sometimes knows people that they can contact. It may not be a county genealogist, but it might be someone that they know that will help them
Can
out.
help.
Yep,
Great.
absolutely. Thank you,
Thank
lady.
you
Thank
both.
you.
Are welcome.
I guess next we were going to talk about our new writers special interest group. We're meeting next week, a week from tonight, 6:30 Eastern, daylight time. And so John Marie and I just wanted to briefly highlight some of what we will be talking about. And obviously it's about writing for IGS's publications. We have the quarterly journal and the IGS newsletter, which is bi-monthly. So June 1st, we will have the journal and the newsletter coming out same day. So we're inviting folks to come in and meet with us on Zoom. We will not push it out on Facebook Live. It will just be us on Zoom. And to answer questions and to give folks ideas and encouragement on writing for either publication. Because our editors really want to see what you have to say.
You don't have to be a professional writer. You know, our goal is to preserve, we're spending all this time researching and we want to preserve our family history, our ancestors' stories. And so some people get nervous about writing that out, but I mean, our whole goal is to sit here and preserve our ancestors' stories, and we're not doing it when we're not writing. So we're really hoping this is going to spark you guys and make you more comfortable to maybe start writing and sharing.
So that's kind of the whole premise of it. And we do have some folks signed up, so it won't just be me and John Marie and Joy sitting around talking genealogy. We will have some people there. I will probably do little tips about the genealogical proof standard for people who do want to write like journal worthy articles, maybe not for us, or maybe they want to go to the NGSQ. And they focus heavily on the GPS. Sorry. Oh boy. It's been a long day. So a little bit about that, but mostly just getting your stories typed, written, and published, because our journal and newsletter go to the Allen County Public Library and are preserved there for basically ever for us and our descendants. So we will be doing that next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. If you're interested and want to be put on the list for the Zoom link, just email publications@indiegenes.org. And that's GENES.
And you guys can go
Mhm.
ahead and send a DM also, direct message through social media,
Mhm.
and I can make sure that we get you added to the list as well.
Yep. That's probably easier.
Either way, whatever's easier for you, we want to make it as easy as
Mhm.
possible because we want to see as many people as we can become a part of this writing SIG
Mhm.
because it's definitely much needed and we're really excited about it. So we hope you all are too.
And I have to thank John Marie. It was her idea. It was a great idea. So, yes, we will be doing that next Tuesday.
You'll be there.
And I think that's all I have to say about that. We are meeting next Tuesday, and then our next Facebook Live in June will be about the Writer's SIG after we have our initial introductory
Working
session.
out the kinks and everything.
Yeah.
Figuring out because we want this to be about you guys. So we want to, get your guys' input on how you guys would like to see this writing SIG really take off. And also something to note is that we have awards every year. I don't know if you
This
want
is
to share a
true.
little bit more about that, Kay, or
This is true. We do have the IGS Family History Genealogy Writing Award. And the past 2 years, we have awarded a certificate for an article in the journal and an article in the newsletter, because we found both publications with worthy submissions. This next year, at the annual meeting 2026, we will be awarding the Writing Award again with a monetary prize. So, just as a token of our appreciation. So, there will be more about that in the Writer's SIG. You don't have to be in the Writer's SIG to be considered for the award, but yeah, it's been a few years since we've offered more than a certificate, so we're bringing that back. So hopefully, we'll hear from a whole bunch of you and have to spread out your submissions through multiple articles, multiple issues.
That would be fantastic.
That would be a great problem to have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I think that's all I had about that. We did just have our annual conference and business meeting, just about a month ago. And that was a great, successful event, and we had a lot of fun. And with a big thank you to Sunny Morton and Vivid Pics for sponsoring, and Sunny for speaking, and for
Singing.
and singing, and the ACPL the genealogy librarians for talking to us too. Those were
It's
great
a great
talks.
event.
There were elections. I was reelected as recording secretary. Susan Hyder was reelected as treasurer, and our Southern District tier of district directors were all reelected. And I guess on the heels of that, we do still need a West Central and an East Central district director. So, and those director positions are directors on the board. So they're voting positions. So I guess we can go if Allison's ready to share a little bit about the Veterans Bounty Land campaign that IGS has begun.
Here?
Hi,
Hi there.
She's here.
I am. So, yes, the Veterans Bounty Lane campaign, we launched that. We were the first state to say, yes, let's go ahead and raise money. And that is to preserve those records. We 100% want to continue the preservation efforts that other organizations have begun. And it's kind of under the preserve the pensions kind of banner. But this is a different record set. It's at risk, and we have the opportunity to continue to raise money and make this happen. So the amazing thing that we are doing, not to toot our own horn, is that we are matching up to $10,000. So if you give to this campaign, we will continue to match. And we would be able to give $20,000 to help preserve these important records that have information about our ancestors and would continue to help researchers in the future. So I hope you all consider that. And I know we're all excited to potentially have access to another record set.
Definitely. And the match is dollar to dollar.
Correct.
Correct. Okay. Yes, that would be awesome.
And I also wanted to follow up after that. I was going to say something after Sarah spoke about the Indiana birth records. I wanted to say that it has my support. This is something that we're going to talk about at our board meeting on Saturday, but it is something that I think is very important to preserve before the law takes effect. We want to make sure we can capture as many records as possible, and make sure that we have that information as fully as possible, as legally as possible, and so we can continue the research that we are doing and continue to help one another with our research.
Great. Thank you.
Of course.
Allison, yeah, Allison, you might tell people how they can donate.
Oh, yes, thank you so much. It's
Important.
on our website. I take it for granted that it's on our website. So please head to our website. So the Indiana Genealogical Society website, InGenWeb, or InGenSoc, sorry. Honestly, just put it in the chat. Put it across the screen. It's
I'll
going to
put
be
it
way
in the
easier.
chat.
Thank you.
I can share my screen.
That makes it better. Thank you. I don't have that
Okay.
ability.
Let me-
What I recommend doing is going to the donate button. Okay, so either way, if you
Hmm.
go to the donate button at the top, it's VBLC donate. You'll click on that. It'll give you more information about the campaign. This is a national campaign. It is backed by the National Genealogical Society, the Daughters of the American Revolution, Family Search. It's got a powerhouse behind it. So this is something that is being done nationally, and it's already got over $1 million raised. So this is something that is incredibly important and a lot of people are supporting. So we would absolutely love to have the support of any and all of you. If we are able to share screen at any point, it'll pop right up.
Allison, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. When I went to share my screen, my entire internet and Zoom disappeared.
Oh,
So my camera's still on and I can hear you. But
We can see you.
that's great. I'm just waiting. I have my browser back, but it's taken a while. So,
no worries.
yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Uh,
It's in the upper right-hand corner,
mhm.
VBLC donate. And it's got some great information there. It tells you about the match. It's perfect.
Awesome. I'll try to get a screenshot and share it later.
If
Share
not,
it on social media too.
we'll put the link in the chat. It's fine.
The link's
Yeah.
there, so you guys can click away.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. Because, yeah, it's a mouthful to try to say our website's name. I don't think I've tried to do that in a Zoom before, so my apologies.
I know this is so weird. I can hear you all, but my Zoom is totally gone. It's not on my toolbar or anything.
It's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
It's
Oh,
fine.
golly.
Well, either way, please consider donating, and please consider, so twofold, donate to the Veteran Bounty Land campaign. And the other part is to consider trying to preserve the records for Indiana births. Thank you all.
Allison, I did have one more thing.
Yes, of course.
Did you want to mention our booth at the upcoming NGS conference?
Yes, of course. So we have a booth at the National Genealogical Society conference, and that is in Louisville. So please, please, please consider stopping by the booth, first of all. If you're going to be at the conference, I highly recommend it. It's a great educational experience. But also, if you have the time and would like to spend an hour or so manning that booth as a representative of the Indiana Genealogical Society, please let us know. We would be happy to have you man that booth and help us to further the message of the Indiana Genealogical Society, and we can talk about the Veteran Bounty Land campaign and preserving those Indiana birth records.
Do we direct those people to you, Allison?
Please email honestly anyone on the board and it will get to the right person. So
Okay.
you can email me, so president@IndyGenes, or you can email any of us or send it to the contact form, whatever you need to do.
Even send it through direct message on social media and I'll make sure we get it to the right people.
Yes, it will 100% get to the right person.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I appreciate the effort that everybody goes to do these live programs. They're not without the live hiccups, so thank you all for your patience. But that's just a part of life. Technology is great until it's not. But
Exactly.
it is amazing that we're able to do this and be able to communicate and have these awesome experiences where we can talk to one another and let everybody know what we're working on.
Awesome. That's great. Oh, does anyone have anything else to add?
And I don't see any questions
No.
here, so I think we're good at that end.
Okay. Well, if there is nothing else, then I will try to shut it down so that we're not living on Facebook forever. Thank you all for your patience.
Thank you,
And
everybody. Yeah.
yeah, I'll try to get some screenshots into the comments later because I'm probably going to have to reboot my whole computer. So,
Ah.
but I appreciate everyone coming on and spending a little time with us tonight. And hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday or in a
Yeah.
month. So, I guess I am finished if anyone doesn't have anything else.
I think that's it. Hope to
Nope.
see everyone Tuesday.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
We're still here. Okay.
Okay. Off time. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
It's showing.